Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is August 21st, and I'm back breaking down a few more plays for the Wednesday night slated games in the MLB. We're going to start by looking at the match between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Cincinnati Reds. And the best play of the day is going to be a match between the Mariners and the Los Angeles Dodgers. 4 total player props for today, with the 2 best player props being towards the end of the video. I hope everybody enjoys their Wednesday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, take a look at this graphic really quick from Tuesday night. Some of the games have not finished yet. I know Walker Buehler is getting tattooed right now in the first inning off of like 25 pitches. Mariners doing what I thought they would. Cal Riley had a double, couple walks, getting that pitch count up. It did come out at under 15.5. Some people might have got under 14.5, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter because I think he's going to be out of the game pretty soon. The 2 losses were the Nationals -1.5 against the Rockies. Ryan Mountcastle over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. Ryan, he had a couple really hard hit balls just right to people, and then the Nats. I saw this thing on Twitter today about like medieval times, how they torture people and they would just fillet the skin off of them while they're still alive. That's basically what this game was like for the Nationals. It was basically a shit show the entire way. CJ Abrams did hit a home run, but I think we only had 5 total hits. The Rockies bullpen, they tried to blow it in the 9th inning, but the Nationals, they're just too bad of a team. So that one did not work out for us. Astros money line going against Red Sox, still going on right now, 5-5 game. Jose Altuve over 1.5 bases. I think he still only has a single in that one, but he's going to get a couple more at-bats in that one. And then Keibert Ruiz did not play in this game. He pinch hit in the 9th inning, but most of the books, it's must start if you're going to count those as a bet. So I don't think that one's going to count. But if it does count, give me something in the comments. I will count it as a loss for the graphic plays. Not that I keep it as a leaderboard, but leaderboard right now, 0-1 for the game pick, 0-1 for the player prop. Hopefully, Walker Buehler does come through for us so we can go at least 1-2 on the best bets. Looking for a better day today, and we're going to start with the Blue Jays going up against the Cincinnati Reds. These teams, they've been trading off wins and losses against each other over the last couple days, with the Blue Jays taking a big win yesterday. They put up double-digit runs on them. The Reds, they were able to get the easy win in the first game between these two teams. I'm going to take them again in this game as the play on the money line. This is about the pitching matchup, and I do think with Nick Martinez on the mound, we have the advantage. The Blue Jays are going to be going with Yariel Rodriguez. He's been very inconsistent this season, coming in with a 3.93 ERA and a 1.29 whip. He hasn't been able to go very deep in any of his games this season, only making it past the 5th inning in a handful of those games in his 13 appearances. And in his last game going up against the Cubs, he gave up 4 runs off of 3 home runs, only going 5 innings in that one. Over the last 6 games, he has given up 2+ runs in 4 of those 6 games. I think the Reds will be able to get to him in this one. For Nick Martinez, he's coming off a little bit of a tough start going up against the Kansas City Royals. But over the last 10 games, he's only given up a total of 5 runs. He did come out as a relief pitcher in a lot of those games and as the starting pitcher in some of these games, only going a couple innings in most of those outings. But over the last 3 appearances, he has started all these games for the Reds, only having 1 bad start going up against the Royals. And you really can't call it a bad start. He gave up 3 runs. He did go 6 innings in that game. In the previous 2 games going up against the Brewers and the Marlins, he didn't give up any runs in those 2 games combined, only giving up 5 total hits. He has now gone back-to-back games, going 6+ innings, coming in with a 3.25 ERA and a 1.05 whip. And I do think we're going to see him go another 6+ innings in this game going up against the Blue Jays. Despite the Blue Jays putting up 10 runs yesterday, this is still one of the worst teams in baseball at hitting the ball. I'll take my chances here with Nick Martinez on the mound. Give me the Reds here on the money line as the play. For the player prop on the screen, we are going to go with Elly De La Cruz in this one, over 1.5 bases. The numbers for Rodriguez this season, they haven't been very good, and he has given up 4+ hits in 3 consecutive games, not going very deep in any of those games as well. This is going to be a right-handed matchup for the switch-hitting Elly, and we should see an extra base hit in this game because that's what we've been seeing all season long whenever he goes up against the right side. He has 21 doubles, 3 triples, 16 home runs, hitting .278 going up against right-handed pitching. I like him in this game to get a hold of one. Over 1.5 bases against Rodriguez as the play there. Let's go over to the best play of the day. We're going to be looking at a matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Seattle Mariners. The first game between these two teams, it was a very low-scoring game, and we might not have the same game tonight. I think the Mariners might put up a lot of runs on the Dodgers. In this game, however, I don't know if we're going to see more than a couple runs being scored. I like the under 7.5 as the play here. This is going to be a really good pitching matchup. We have Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners going up against Jack Flaherty, the new guy for the Dodgers. Both of these guys over the last couple games have not been giving their best stuff, but I do think we're going to see a couple bounce-back starts for both of them. We're going to start with Logan Gilbert because he's been a lot better than Jack over the last couple games. He did give up 3 runs in his last game going up against the Pirates, but he was still able to go 6+ innings in that game. In his previous game going up against the Mets, he was able to go 7+ innings, only giving up 3 hits and no runs allowed. And then against the Phillies, he only gave up 1 run in that game, going 6+ innings again. And that's what I'm expecting in this game for Logan Gilbert. He's going to be going up against a really good hitting team against the Dodgers, but we've already seen him go up against the Mets and the Phillies over the last couple games, shutting both of those teams down. He's coming in with a 2.96 ERA and a 0.88 whip. And all he has to do is keep the ball in the ballpark. He hardly allows anybody on base, and the only way he's going to give up a lot of runs in this game is if he gives up a lot of home runs. That's been a little bit of a problem this season, giving up 18 on the year and giving up at least 1 in 3 of the last 4 games. If he does give up home run, though, hopefully it's just a solo shot, but we haven't seen him give up more than 2 home runs since the early stages of July. So hopefully that trend does continue there. For Jack Flaherty, it's basically more the same. If you just keep the ball in the ballpark, he's going to be just fine. He has a 3.78 ERA, a 1.32 whip, but he has given up 2+ home runs in back-to-back starts. He also has given up 3+ runs in back-to-back games, but before that, he had only given up more than 2 runs one time in his previous 8 starts. I don't know if it's just the jitters with the new team or what is going on, why he's performing so poorly over the last couple of games, but this is going to be a really good match for him to get things back on track. Seattle has been one of the worst hitting teams in baseball. They've also been the worst hitting team in baseball going up against right-handed pitching. We should see Jack settle himself into this game as him and Logan give us 6+ innings of perfect baseball. I'm going to take the under here as the play, under 7.5 runs. For the player prop on the screen, we're going to be looking at Mookie Betts to go over 1.5 base against the Mariners. I think this would be the guy to do any sort of damage going up against Logan Gilbert, and I don't think we're going to see a lot of damage done from the Mariners side, so I have to take a Dodger here. While Gilbert has been really good on the season, he has given up a few too many hits over the last couple games, 4+ hits in 8 of the last 10 games that he's been in. Mookie, after coming back from that injury, he has picked up right where he left off. He still has a 307 batting average. I like him in this game to have a double or more going up against Logan. I'll take him over 1.5 bases as the play there. For the best batting prop of the day, we're going to be looking at the Houston Astros going up against the Red Sox. Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases as the play. This should be a really good matchup for all the Boston Red Sox because I just don't think Justin Verlander is an MLB pitcher anymore. He had his lucky starts early in the season before re-injuring himself. He was not very good, though, in the games following his new injury. He had given up back-to-back games of 7+ hits and 4+ runs before being put on the injured list with a 3.95 ERA and a 1.21 whip. He has not pitched at the Major League level since June 9th, and I do expect to see a lot of rust out of the future Hall of Famer. No disrespect to him, but he is getting up there in age, and the pitches that he used to be able to throw every single game, strike people out with, they're just not there anymore. Rafael Devers should be able to crush the old man. This is going to be the right-handed match for Rafael Devers. He has 48 extra base hits. He's hitting .323 on the season against right side. We're going to see the fastball and the slider a lot in this game. We're also going to see that famous curveball that looks like it's going over the catcher's head, and then somehow it drops right in the strike zone. Going up against the 2 favorite pitches that Justin has, Rafael Devers on the season, he's hitting .277 against the Heat, .286 against the slider. He also has a +16 run value going up against the fastball. So I don't think we're going to have any problems in this game going over 1.5 bases. That's why my money is going to be on this guy. Over 1.5 bases on Devers as the play there. For the pitching prop tonight, we're going to be looking at the Colorado Rockies once again going up against the Nationals. This is where people might get a little bit angry at me because after watching the Nationals put up 1 run going up against Austin, who has really been struggling coming into that game, I'm going to go right back to the Nationals one more time. Like I said in the previous video, talking about this team, this is not a team to wager on if you don't like living life on the edge. Sometimes they give you 1 run, sometimes they give you 10 runs. In this game, I think we're going to see a lot of runs score for the Nats. They are getting a right-handed matchup. They are hitting .245 in the season. That's right in the middle of the pack. That's 15th in baseball. The matchup will be Tanner Gordon, and he has been giving up a lot of runs over the last several starts. I'm going to take him over 2.5 runs as the play. He's coming in with a 7 flat ERA, and in his last game going up against the Diamondbacks, he didn't make it out of the first inning. He gave up 4 runs. He only went 2/3 of an inning. In his first 3 starts of the Major League season, he gave up a total of 15 runs to the Giants, Mets, and the Royals. I think we're going to see the Nationals be able to put up a lot of runs on him because this team, while they didn't show it yesterday, they do hit the fastball very well in the year. Going up against off-speed pitches, that's a little bit of a different story. They're not very good going up against the slider, but if you take a look at Tanner this year, he throws that fastball nearly 50% of the time, and going up against opposing teams, he's giving up a batting average of 400 with that pitch. He's going to throw that pitch a lot in this game. The Nats, they will be able to handle it. I'm going to take him over 2.5 runs here as the play. Let's go over to the MLB graphic. We're going to take the Reds on the money line against the Blue Jays. We've got Elly De La Cruz over 1.5 base against the Blue Jays, same game. Mookie Betts over 1.5 base against the Mariners, under 7.5 runs between Logan Gilbert and Jack Flaherty. Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases going up against the old man, and then Tanner Gordon over 2.5 runs going up against the Washington Nationals. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Wednesday, August 21st slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.